Hey guys, it's me, Mr. 250, and welcome back to Valkyria Chronicles, or as the PC version likes to call it, Valkyria Chronicle. Not sure on that one. We last left off, well, helping secure the town, and then a tank came, and that kinda sucked. And we're gonna continue from there. This might also be a double episode one, depending on how long all of this takes.
Isara, Martha, please be okay.
A gunshot! And this one's important! Because it's not the windmill at stake.
What's her problem? She pregnant or just fat?
Who cares? Not gonna make any difference when she's dead.
Heh heh heh.
Stop this now!
See what she's wearing? Take a good look at that shawl. She's a Darkson.
And that explains it. I thought this place stunk. Now I know it does. So, we got ourselves a fat one and a stinky one. PU. It's a regular pig farm in here.
Combat roll!
I will thank you to watch your tongue in this house. You have to leave, now.
That's a big gun for such a little girl. Drop it.
Isara!
Huh? Hold it right there! Die! Darkson pig!
Isara, are you okay?
I'm okay thanks to you. But Martha, I think she's...
Martha!
This isn't good. She's gone into labor.
Oh, wow.
Moving her would be dangerous.
That's not good.
Right. Well, we can't just leave her here. What are we gonna do? There are a lot of Imperials out there, Is. It's only a matter of time before they take over the Mill Plaza.
Welks, listen. The barn out back.
What about it?
Our fathers have left us something. Something that might get us out of this mess.
And what is that something? Well, you can probably see it in the picture. That's the only reason I don't like the pictures, is they give tiny spoilers. Usually they're spoilers that are explained about 30 seconds later, but they are still kind of spoilers. Also, if you didn't pick it up as well, being an analogy to World War II, Darksons are an analogy for Jews, and the Imperials don't like them. In fact, I think a lot of people don't like them. The Imperials particularly hate them. Oh, yes! Oh, a tank.
Dad's tank. Whoa. I can't believe it's still here.
And it's one of a kind. Here it is, the Edelweiss. Tamer built it especially for General Gunther.
Yeah, and it worked great, too. So it's just been parked here in the barn?
I wanted to make sure it would still operate, you know, in case of emergencies. I enrolled in a maintenance class given by the military. I wanted to be able to do what my father could do.
Well, that's great. But that's only a class, Isara.
It really didn't need much, hardly any alterations at all. I just fitted it with a new turbine engine. It really improves on the power-to-weight ratio. The Edelweiss is field-worthy. Its firepower and mobility are more than a match for recent models.
Well, assuming it does work. What's next?
All right. Welks, you took the armored vehicle course, didn't you?
Yeah. Back in high school. Once.
We'll bring Martha here. She'll be safe inside the tank, and we can move to a better location. Just leave the driving to me, okay? All you have to do is give the orders.
Isara, we ready to roll?
Engaging engine. The Edelweiss is ready for deployment.
Alicia could still be out there dodging bullets, buying time for people to evacuate. Here's the plan. We're gonna pick up Alicia and get out of town. All right, Edelweiss, move out!
I just got this really big, goofy grin on my face this whole time. Alright, well, as said, we need to help Alicia. Because she's kind of having to...
this operation.
She's kind of having to hold up everything by herself at the moment. The enemy is a squad centered around a single tank, currently advancing from the plaza onto the main road. I'm fairly certain it's the same tank that we had to dodge earlier. We need to defend the gate on that road. If the enemy breaches it, the evacuating townspeople will be in danger. They'll probably head for the gate and try to destroy it. The tank will be with them. Our goal here is to take out that tank while keeping the gate standing. Without the help of your tank, it's next to impossible for us to destroy their tank. Until we can rendezvous, the Brule Town Watch will do everything it can to keep that gate in one piece. The Town Watch will need to hold off the enemy forces until you arrive with the tank. We'll need to use the sandbags around the starting point and gate for cover to hold back the Empire's attacks. So, failure. Either two of our characters die, Brule main gate is destroyed, or 20 turns pass. The 20 turns pass is always
All
there.
right, let's begin. We've got to stop them here.
Alright, so as stated, our primary goal is...
If this gate falls, there's going to be even more casualties among the townspeople. The Town Watch will defend this gate so as many people as possible can get away.
Oh,
Got a second?
oh man, we're gonna learn.
Listen close and I'll explain.
I love learning. Okay, crouching behind sandbags gives you extra defense, and extra damage for headshots is negated. Okay, I thought that's what it was, but I wasn't sure. So, if possible, you always want to hide behind sandbags. Enemies hiding behind sandbags are undercover, which is why the hand grenade is useful, because it can destroy sandbags along with doing lots of damage. For the most part in the game, most of our units will have grenades. Some will have more grenades than others, depending on which unit they are. And as of right now, I believe Alicia is the only one with grenades. And the important thing is, most units only get one grenade per turn. However, every turn they regenerate a grenade. Don't ask me how. Now, what we're going to do, because we've got a tank up here, some shock trooper here, and then we've got a number of units behind these sandbags, and I think there's some over here as well. And we're trying to defend this main gate. That's pretty much their only goal at the moment, is to rush the main gate, and then they will attempt to throw grenades at it, constantly. So what we're going to do is we're going to station two of our units over here against these sandbags, maybe even one here and one here. Might not be a bad idea. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll move here. We'll leave the Town Watchmen because they're not quite as good as attacking as Alicia is. We'll move one over here because they like to run by these sandbags. And we'll have them take cover here. And then we're gonna have Alicia, because she's kind of the strongest. We're gonna have her push forward and
My turn, okay?
try to flank him from the side over here. Just to cut him down a bit, it'll help. Oops. I don't like it when you go for the corners of those.
Enemy sighted!
And there are a number of units over
Enemy
here.
unit spotted!
So we'll try to take them all out. Another thing to worry about is that enemy units can duck, like Alicia did last episode. They can duck if they have like a high enough
My
evade
turn,
chance
okay?
or something, and basically the better units they are, the more chance they have to evade. Oh, this guy is a commander of some sort. There we go, they're gonna lose a command point. So you want to avoid them ducking if possible. Okay, now we're gonna try to wreck these guys' day.
My turn, okay?
There's a decent chance that Alicia might take a bit of damage after this, so we're gonna have her back up. But we are going to wreck these guys' day. We got one of them. Injured 2 of them, and I think the 3rd guy was lucky and avoided everything. Okay, we'll have her stationed back here. If they try to chase her, then she should still be okay. If everything goes well. I actually haven't tried this technique before. Usually I take it a little bit safer, but the grenade was a bit too tempting. Now, of course, you know, the tank's job is to be annoying and try to go blow up our wall. And hopefully not blow up our units, please. Much appreciated if you didn't. What the heck are you doing? Yeah, hopefully our backup comes soon, because like I said before, we don't really have any method of dealing with them. Nah, that's what the town watchmen are for, that I have stationed up here. They're going to try to take anybody out who rushes. Now that shock trooper, he could be a little bit more of a problem. We haven't really gone over classes yet, but... Ooh, nice, he dodged, that's good. Shock troopers have a bit more attack power because they have machine guns, and a bit more defense than standard scouts, so... You gotta be a little bit careful about them. And they'll explain all the classes soon enough. In fact, I think even next chapters when they do that, probably. Oh yeah, this guy's gonna be... Oh, I don't know, maybe they'll get him. Come on, shoot a few bullets. Their grenades don't do a ton of damage, but I have seen, like, if I haven't had anyone stationed up here, like 3 of them will just start constantly grenade bombing, and it's really annoying. Ragnade. Small amount of damage is healed at the start of each player phase. Sometimes the unit suffered heavy damage, needs help to arrive faster. They need Ragnade. Yet another product of Ragnade ore, which we will learn a little bit more about later. But for the sake of simplicity, imagine Ragnite to replace oil, or gasoline, if you would. They use it for powering vehicles, they use it for explosives. Think of it kind of like a flammable substance of some sort. And then add a little bit of magic to it, because for some reason, you can also use it for healing. So it heals and antibiotic properties into a single medical package. Not all units get it, but I think most do. Okay, and you can heal nearby allies or heal yourself with it. I would have used it on Alicia if we had an extra turn to spare, but I think with all the units running up, we don't really need it. Alright, so let's... get Alicia to take this guy out. There we go. He's getting shot by that guy, yeah. For anybody who was wondering, by the way, why I was having issues last time with the graphics, it's because for some reason my graphics card was turned up to like really crazy anti-aliasing that I didn't need like 24 times. So it's kind of taking a hit to my graphics. But now it's not, so it looks really good. Now, let's see, what should we do with the rest of our 2 turns? We're still waiting. That town watchman's okay. We're gonna turn him around. Ooh, that hurt. I'm not really... Well, here. No, he doesn't have a grenade, does he? I'm not really thinking that we're gonna do much to him. I just kind of want him turned in the right direction so we can fire at the shock trooper if he tries to run towards here. I took a bit of damage. Let's quickly end the turn so we don't take any more. Alright. How damaged is he? Oh yeah, he's way damaged. We can use Alicia to finish him off. Ooh, we gotta be careful about that. Alright, so we've taken out all the people over here. The only people left is, I think, that one shock trooper. Yeah, on the tank. So we're gonna station Alicia back here. Actually, we'll move her back up here. There's nobody left back here. Another thing, being in grass, if you're crouching like this, is sort of like being in what would you call it? Behind those sandbags. It gives you the same defensive properties, and you will want to use it if possible. Alright, so let's hope our town watchman doesn't die. And maybe if we're lucky, they'll take out the shock trooper if he tries to move too far. Yeah, that's not great.
No! If this keeps up...
Then we're doomed! They probably won't take out the shock trooper, but they got a little more damage on him. And it's okay, their grenades really don't do that much now. If you let them build up, they will just constantly bomb the place, which is not fun. You need to promote this town watchman guy, he's really good at dodging. Most of the time you don't get that many dodges off. At least not initially. Welkin has arrived, which is good because we basically can't do anything to that tank until he does.
Here we go!
Alright, tank driving time.
The tank should be able to breach that wall. It may provide us with a shortcut, Welks.
All right, let's give it a shot. Hang in there, Alicia.
About tanks. Tanks possess firepower and endurance far beyond that of foot soldiers. They're able to deflect nearly all gunfire from enemy foot soldiers. This is important. We'll go into this later. I'm not going to talk too much on it now because they will tell us about it. But tanks are a very pivotal part of the strategy in this game. Very, very important. This makes... Oh, they do talk about it. Never mind. It makes them a solid wall for your own ground units to hide behind, which is really good because if you're approaching a lot of firepower, the tank can basically act like a wall, which is extremely important to get some of your squishier foot soldiers into the area to attack. Unlike ground units, however, tanks do not recover a portion of their lost HP each turn. Tanks also consume 2 CP when selected in command mode. So you want to be careful because if you use tanks too much, you're going to run out of CP. Tanks require AP to turn, so you got to be careful with how you move them because if you turn too much, you'll use up a bunch of CP. So you want to make sure you know where you're going, basically. Now screw you, wall. Get out of here. Now I have done it before where I haven't. Oh.
It's a tank!
It's a tank!
Alicia, I'm sorry we're late.
And a far better tank than your guys' tank.
Welkin, you have a tank?
Yeah, I was surprised too.
We can talk later. Right now, we need to stop those soldiers.
Enemy tank sighted, Welks. Switching to anti-tank combat. Armor-piercing shells loaded.
All right, let's go take it down.
Let's. So, the tanks have a few unique functions. And I will show you them in a second. We're not going to go over all of them yet, but, well... Okay. Tanks have 3 major means of attack. They have anti-armor, explosive mortar, and a machine gun. Anti-armor are effective against enemies covered in hard armor, such as tanks. Explosive mortars hit a wide, broad area with a Ragnite blast, ideal against ground units. Mortars travel along an arc, so their range and ammunition is limited. The machine gun is best suited to striking enemies that are too close for the mortar, and is used to intercept incoming enemies. Yep, okay. So generally, anti-armor is good for tanks, obviously, or any armored type of unit, excluding some we'll go over later. Mortars are good for general ground units, so if we didn't take out that entire group of enemies here, putting a mortar down would have destroyed everyone. It's extremely powerful. You only get 1 ammo, but it does replenish every round like usual. And then this is a little machine gun, which is useful for taking out single enemies that are immune to explosives, which we'll go over later. And it's useful, and also it's the thing that will be used whenever... Here, I'm going to end this turn. It's the thing that will be used whenever we are... What am I trying to say?
Here we go!
I completely lost my train of thought. Don't worry about it. It'll come up later, don't worry. So our primary mission at the moment is to take out the enemy tank. Which, like I've stated, their weak spot is that little blue spot. Now, you will notice that there's a very large orange circle. There's a very good chance I'm going to miss this. And if I miss it, it will land in the side, possibly, which will be a 14-shot kill. Land up here, which would be a 3-shot kill. Or if we're lucky, land in the back for a 2-shot kill. Which I think we hit. Tanks have 2 separate HPs, body and tread. Attacks to the tank's body will reduce the body health, which is important because if you run out of body health, you die. While blows to the tread reduce the tread HP. Tank is destroyed. If you lose your tread, then you lose a lot of AP. Yeah, it's easy to deal damage to the treads than to the body. However, usually it's easier just to take out the tank than trying to disable it. But if we are backed into a corner, taking out the treads can be helpful. Obviously, the blue radiator is the weakness. Try not to let them get our blue radiator. Yeah, right there. We'll have little rumble. Rumble. But yeah, don't let them hit us there because that's very dangerous. Okay, we don't have enough CP to finish that off, so we're going to have Alicia come over here.
Moving out.
And help finish off the this guy so he doesn't throw in another grenade. And then next round we can finish off the tank. Oop, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, that reach far enough? I hope so. Yes. Yeah, it didn't do much damage to him because it was on the other side of the sandbags, but it did pull him out. So that will help for that. So hopefully he'll go down. If he doesn't... Oh, yep.
Underminer fire.
As you can tell, we are a much better tank than a light tank. Oh, Town Watchmen, don't die. Yeah, shock troopers are pretty burly. You gotta be careful. Like, we can... If I'm aiming at their head, I can take them out pretty easily, but... Oh, don't die. No, Town Watchmen, no! It's okay, you're nameless. Town Watchman has retreated. Later that won't happen, but for now, this beginning section it does. Alright, Welkin.
Here we go.
Let's finish him off. And the best way currently to deal with the fact that we're highly inaccurate is to get... Here, let's cancel that. How do we... Sorry. Escape. Okay, that's how we cancel that. And I don't know why my frame rate dropped suddenly. The best way to take him out is to get uncomfortably close and shoot him. Later we'll get more accuracy, but for now that helps a lot. We did it! Apparently that last shock trooper is no problem. We can deal with that guy probably. Or something.
Yes! We stopped it! Nice work, Ys.
Woohoo! Now you're my hero, Welkin.
The Imperials are running off for now. Looks like we bought some time, at least.
Welks, it's a boy.
Oh, wow.
Martha had a boy.
That's an interesting situation to have a baby in.
She gave birth in Dad's tank?
Those eyes. Whoa! Crazy.
Yes, and without complications. They're both perfectly healthy.
Good. That's fantastic. Now let's stay sharp as we head out of town.
Alright, cool. B rank, not bad. Not bad. I think we could have done slightly better if maybe we had taken out the tank in one round. Or one turn, I think. Which we could have done if, because the thing, they don't tell you this, which is why I didn't know it originally, but if you don't use some of your CP and you end your turn early, it rolls over to the next turn, so we could have saved one extra CP point and done that. Just an idea, but not bad, not bad. Alright, and last episode here. This actually went a bit longer than I thought it would, so only one chapter today.
2 hours after the first shots were fired, Brule was under Imperial control. Though a mere skirmish by Empire standards, the raid on Brule would mark Welkin Gunther's first taste of battle and begin his rise to a Gallian hero.
The only windmill left standing.
Alicia.
I thought I would be ready for this. I knew war meant this might happen. It hurts. Seeing my town overrun like this, seeing all those people killed, it's just not right. How could all this happen? It isn't human, Welkin.
We look at those birds and see how wild and free they are. but they all have their own territories. If anything threatens their home, they'll risk their lives to defend it. People are animals too. We do what we have to, when we have to. Animals are in a constant struggle to stay alive, but I've also seen them help each other, almost like they were cooperating in order to survive.
Cooperating?
That's why I'm so into studying natural science. That coexistence. I want to know how it works. If we could figure that out, mankind could put it to use for our own survival. That's why I want to be a teacher, so that I can pass that knowledge on to the children. I mean, even if we can't completely eliminate war, at least we might learn to live together as one people.
You think so?
Welks, look. Martha fell asleep, so that makes me the babysitter. See, Alicia?
Oh, he's adorable.
Just like you said, even in war, new life happens all around us. Come here. Look, that's your hometown.
It's on fire.
Someday, we'll come back home again.
Yes. Someday soon. I know it.
Chapter 3. Vassal Urban Warfare.
A little touching, isn't it? Alright, and next episode we'll start what I would like to think as the main part of the game actually starting. Because this was sort of, even though it was like the prologue in the first and second chapter, to me it always feels a little bit like the prologue. Like that whole thing kind of felt like the prologue. Especially how they were teaching you how to play and everything. So this is where the game really starts and where they introduce a lot of the things that we're going to have through the rest of the game. Obviously, they do this neat thing where they slowly introduce new things every chapter in a way that's easy to understand. So that helps it. I don't think I said this before, but if this game actually does run pretty well on low-end computers. So if you're interested in this at all, I would recommend picking it up. It's a good price for it and all of its DLC on Steam. I mean, it's a really good game. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!